HESI A2 Anatomy and Physiology Nervous System. Introduction to the Nervous System. Welcome back to our HESI A2 Anatomy and Physiology series. In this video, we'll explore the nervous system, your body's sophisticated communication and control network that coordinates all other systems. By the end of this video, you will be able to describe the functions of the nervous system, identify the divisions of the nervous system, explain the structure and function of neurons, understand how nerve impulses are transmitted, recognize major parts of the brain and spinal cord, discuss common nervous system disorders. Overview of the nervous system. The nervous system serves as the body's command center, processing information and coordinating responses faster than any computer. 3 primary functions. Sensory input detects changes in internal and external environments. Temperature, pressure, light, sound, chemicals. Body position, muscle tension, organ status. Integration processes and interprets sensory information. Occurs primarily in brain and spinal cord. Determines appropriate responses. Motor output activates muscles or glands to respond. Voluntary movements like walking. Involuntary responses like heart rate changes. This system operates continuously, even during sleep, to maintain life and respond to challenges. Central versus peripheral nervous system. The nervous system divides into 2 major anatomical divisions based on location. Central nervous system, CNS. Brain command center for processing and integration. Spinal cord, major pathway for information between brain and body. Protected by bone, skull and vertebrae, and specialized membranes. Peripheral nervous system, PNS. All nervous tissue outside the CNS. Nerves, bundles of axons carrying information. Ganglia, collections of nerve cell bodies. PNS subdivisions. Somatic nervous system controls voluntary skeletal muscle movement. Autonomic nervous system regulates involuntary functions like heart rate and digestion. Autonomic nervous system divisions. The autonomic nervous system has 2 divisions that work together to maintain homeostasis. Sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight. Prepares body for stressful situations. Effects. Increases heart rate and blood pressure. Dilates pupils for better vision. Increases breathing rate. Decreases digestion. Stimulates glucose release for energy. Parasympathetic nervous system, rest and digest. Promotes relaxation and conservation. Effects. Slows heart rate and breathing. Constricts pupils. Stimulates digestion and saliva production. Promotes sleep and recovery. These systems balance each other to maintain optimal function in different situations. Structure of a neuron. Neurons are specialized cells designed to transmit electrical and chemical signals rapidly over long distances. Main parts of a neuron. Dendrites, branched extensions that receive signals from other neurons. Cell body, soma, contains nucleus and most organelles, processes information. Axon, long projection that transmits signals away from cell body. Myelin sheath, insulating layer around axon that speeds signal transmission. Axon terminals, end branches that release neurotransmitters. Myelin importance. Increases signal speed up to 120 meters per second. Produced by specialized cells, Schwann cells in PNS, oligodendrocytes in CNS. Damage to myelin causes serious neurological problems. Types of neurons. Neurons are classified by function and the direction they carry information. 3 functional types. Sensory neurons, afferent. Carry information from sensory receptors to CNS. Examples, pain receptors, vision cells, hearing cells. Afferent means toward the CNS. Motor neurons, efferent. Carry commands from CNS to muscles and glands. Control voluntary and involuntary responses. Efferent means away from the CNS. Interneurons. Connect sensory and motor neurons within CNS. Process and integrate information. Make up majority of neurons in brain and spinal cord. These types work together in circuits to process information and generate responses. Nerve impulse transmission. Neurons communicate through electrical signals called action potentials. Resting state. Neuron membrane is polarized with negative charge inside. Sodium-potassium pump maintains this electrical gradient. Ready to respond to stimulation. Action potential process. Depolarization, sodium channels open, positive sodium ions enter. Peak inside of neuron becomes positively charged. Repolarization, potassium channels open, positive potassium ions exit. Return to resting, sodium-potassium pump restores original charge. Key features. All or nothing response either fires completely or not at all. Travels in one direction along the axon. Speed depends on axon diameter and myelination. Synaptic transmission. Neurons communicate with each other in target cells through specialized connections called synapses. Synaptic transmission process. Action potential arrives at axon terminal. Calcium channels open, allowing calcium into terminal. Vesicles containing neurotransmitters fuse with membrane. Neurotransmitters are released into synaptic cleft. Neurotransmitters bind to receptors on postsynaptic cell. Signal is transmitted to the next cell. Neurotransmitters are removed by enzymes or reuptake. Important neurotransmitters. Acetylcholine, muscle contraction, memory. Dopamine, movement, reward, motivation. Serotonin, mood, sleep, appetite. GABA, inhibition, anxiety reduction. Major parts of the brain. The brain contains 3 major regions, each with specialized functions. Cerebrum, largest part. Controls conscious thought, memory, and voluntary movement. Divided into left and right hemispheres. Surface called cerebral cortex contains most neuron cell bodies. Cerebellum, little brain. Located at back of skull below cerebrum. Coordinates balance, movement, and posture. Fine-tunes muscle activity for smooth motion. Brain stem. Connects brain to spinal cord. Controls vital functions, breathing, heart rate, blood pressure. Includes medulla oblongata, pons, and midbrain. Contains centers for consciousness and sleep-wake cycles. Lobes of the cerebrum. The cerebrum divides into 4 lobes, each specializing in different functions. Frontal lobe. Functions: planning, decision-making, personality, voluntary movement. Contains primary motor cortex controlling skeletal muscles. Prefrontal area handles executive functions. Parietal lobe. Functions: sensory processing, spatial awareness. Integrates information from different senses. Helps understand body position in space. Occipital lobe. Functions: visual processing. Receives and interprets information from eyes. Damage causes vision problems. Temporal lobe. Functions: hearing, memory formation, language comprehension. Contains hippocampus, important for memory. Houses auditory processing centers. Spinal cord and reflex arc. The spinal cord serves as the major communication pathway between brain and body. Spinal cord functions. Transmits sensory information to brain. Carries motor commands to muscles. Processes simple reflexes without brain involvement. Protected by vertebrae and cerebrospinal fluid. Reflex arc components. Receptor detects stimulus, example, pain receptor in finger. Sensory neuron carries signal to spinal cord. Interneuron processes signal in spinal cord. Motor neuron carries response signal to muscle. Effector muscle contracts, example, pulls hand away. Reflex benefits. Extremely fast response, milliseconds. Protects body from harm. Doesn't require conscious thought. Protection of the CNS. The central nervous system has multiple layers of protection due to its critical importance. Meninges, 3 protective layers. Dura mater, tough outer layer attached to skull and vertebrae. Arachnoid mater, middle web-like layer. Pia mater, delicate inner layer directly covering brain and spinal cord. Cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Clear fluid surrounding and filling brain and spinal cord. Functions. Cushions against impact. Removes waste products. Provides nutrients. Maintains stable environment. Blood-brain barrier. Specialized capillaries that prevent harmful substances from entering brain. Allows essential nutrients while blocking toxins. Can make treating brain diseases challenging. Nervous system disorders. Understanding common neurological conditions helps recognize symptoms and treatment importance. Alzheimer's disease. Progressive memory loss and cognitive decline. Most common cause of dementia. Involves accumulation of abnormal proteins in brain. Parkinson's disease. Loss of dopamine-producing neurons. Symptoms: tremors, muscle rigidity, slow movement. Treatments available to manage symptoms. Multiple sclerosis, MS. Autoimmune attack on myelin sheaths. Disrupts nerve signal transmission. Symptoms: fatigue, weakness, coordination problems. Epilepsy. Recurrent seizures due to abnormal electrical activity. Many different types and causes. Often well controlled with medications. Key takeaways. Let's review the essential concepts from this module. The nervous system divides into CNS, brain and spinal cord, and PNS, peripheral nerves. Autonomic nervous system has sympathetic, fight or flight, and parasympathetic, rest and digest, divisions. Neurons transmit signals through action potentials and communicate via neurotransmitters at synapses. The brain has specialized regions. Cerebrum for conscious functions. Cerebellum for coordination. Brainstem for vital functions. Spinal cord transmits information and processes reflexes. Multiple protective mechanisms safeguard the CNS. Neurological disorders can significantly impact quality of life, but many treatments are available. The nervous system coordinates all other body systems for optimal function. Thank you for watching. You now understand the remarkable complexity and efficiency of the nervous system that controls every aspect of your body's function. Remember that the nervous system you've learned about today works closely with the endocrine system we'll study next. Together, they form an integrated control system that maintains homeostasis and enables adaptation to changing conditions. Keep making these connections as you prepare for your HESI A2 exam. See you in the next video.